Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading What Is It Like Being a Fat Person? Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. A tad late, but in general, terrible. I was 428 pounds. All through elementary school, middle school, and high school, I was relentlessly mocked and harassed. College was hell, absolute friggin' hell, and they didn't have seats for my size. One semester I had 3 classes in giant auditoriums where I had to sit in the very back on the ground, unable to see anything. I took all my finals sitting on the ground. I was too ashamed to ask anyone for a bigger seat because I hated myself. I'm socially inept because you don't have many friends or kindness shown to you as a fat person, unless, of course, you're one of the ones that turn your appearance into a joke. Those folks seem to do decently, but I'd never been able to do that. I just can't bring myself to trust people in general after so many years of being absolutely hated before someone's even spoken to me. Not everyone's like that, of course, but the people that don't judge or dislike me before talking to me are very much a minority. Being fat sucks. A former obese person here. Moving around is a lot harder. There is joint pain. There's lack of energy as well. It's a conundrum on the energy level. You're too tired to work out, so you don't lose weight, and then you won't have the energy for it later. You gotta spend energy to make it, I guess. As a former fatty, it is shocking how much better people treat me after I lost all the weight. And it's not even the intentional behavior. People used to literally not even look at me. Odd considering just how much more there was to look at back then, but dunk. Edit, I think it bears noting that most of my life I have been skinny. I got big after high school, much bigger than the freshman 15, mind you. I then got my act together and lost the weight. People definitely treated me differently. A former fatty here. I used to weigh 200 pounds. I never felt the ground move beneath me or anything, but yeah, I'd say it was kind of crappy. Just little things like being out of breath when going up or down the stairs, chafing between my thighs when I'd wear a skirt, not having a towel wrap around me all the way after a shower, not being able to fit between people on an empty seat on the bus or subway, comments from strangers about how big my butt was, going shopping and having nothing fit, and dirty looks. Going to stores like Brookstone or Costco and being afraid to step on the scales they had out for display. Sitting on a toilet and having my thighs go over the sides. Looking down and feeling a double chin. Being on the prowl to make sure unflattering photos aren't tagged on Facebook. Now that I'm thinking and writing this, it's really difficult to believe that all these things happened, but they really did. Definitely more, but they haven't crossed my mind yet. I've gone on to lose 65 pounds. Plenty of Redditors have weight loss stories that are way more dramatic than mine though. Clothes shopping is a chore, as well as prom dress shopping. I dread warm weather because then I have to wear stuff that might expose my stretch marks. My Mex life is virtually non-existent because everyone immediately friend-zones me as the fat funny chick who's like a sister to me. Bah humbug, grabs Oreos. It's pretty meh. It's harder to find a significant other, and it even affects who wants to be your friend. You get tired easily. Walking sometimes may feel like a chore. Going to the mall is disastrous. I usually try to avoid going to them because seeing all those pretty thin people buy the cutest clothes ever while you have to buy ugly Lane Bryant clothes isn't great for your sense of self-esteem. I feel unattractive 24/7. I seriously don't think any guy will find me attractive. I tend to avoid looking into the mirror. I also compulsively watch and envy girls who are skinny and pretty. It's not fun being big, not to mention that I sincerely hate myself and what I've made myself into. A former fat girl here. I went from over 210 pounds to 130 pounds. Physically, I always felt uncomfortable. My neck would always feel heavy and it was hard to breathe even just sitting down. I could feel my stomach just sitting there, and sometimes it would make me really frustrated and anxious that I felt so uncomfortable. I was always out of breath, even walking short distances. I would eat past being full and then be uncomfortable from being so full. I just liked the taste of food. Emotionally, I was fat all through my childhood, high school, and university. I never had a boyfriend or sexual experience until last year when I started dating my current boyfriend. I'm 22. Any boys I had liked in school laughed at me if I told them I liked them. I was the fat girl in my group of friends, and the boys used to use me to ask my other friends out. I wasn't the fattest girl around, but I was fat enough to not have any sort of attention that made me feel good about myself. As a result, I grew up very shy and very self-conscious about my body. Since I lost the weight, I feel really good about myself. I can wear clothes I was always jealous of other girls getting to wear. I don't hate going out in public anymore. Instead of trying to make sure no one is looking at me, I don't care if they do because I'm not ashamed of my appearance anymore. I still love eating, but I don't eat a lot anymore. I was so surprised at first to get full eating small portions of food. Feels good. To answer your question, yes, fat people know they're fat. I noticed that my arms are larger and heavier than other people's, for instance. People have covered most of the reasons that being fat sucks already, but I'd like to add a few things. 1. Being fat truly causes people to treat you like crap. People frequently gape at me and look me up and down repeatedly, usually while making polite conversation. What the frig? 2. If I dare eat in public, no matter how neat and polite I am, people are clearly revolted. I honestly feel that most people think that fat people should shut themselves in their houses and not eat ever. 3. Going to the doctor blows, because doctors like to remind you that you're fat and tell you that anything wrong with you is because you're fat. 4. People concern troll constantly, pretending that they give a crap about your health as though it's their business to begin with, when in reality, they just want your body to stop disgusting them by being fat. Basically, being fat is horrible. Fatty here. I'm certainly not power scooter Murica obese, but I have a few pounds to lose. I'm a female. I eat right, maybe treat myself to an ice cream cone every few weeks or so. I work out every day, and the only thing that has given me any results has been long-term fasting, in between periods of intermittent fasting. Point is, I try to look socially acceptable. Why do I use the term socially acceptable? Because simply, people don't judge you by your personality initially. I barely get a glance from the general public, and if I do, it is one of scorn, because as one man so nicely put it, I exude laziness and filth, a quality he determines simply by looking at me. I am often the butt of jokes. I am the ugly friend when I go out with my other friends. People don't look at you and smile. If you are normal weight, people see you as approachable, happy, attractive, kind, and funny. When you are a fat woman in particular, you are lazy, stupid, careless, bitter, and probably emotional. Men at least get some jolly up in there if they can keep in good humor. As a larger woman, I've gotten that by having a sense of humor, I'm trying to make up for the fact that I've got nothing else to offer. 6 foot, 320 pounds, 145 kg here. It kinda sucks. Nah, it really sucks. I don't have anyone but myself to blame. College didn't help anything. Having access to crappy food multiple times a day, plus internet, plus World of Warcraft led to not healthy habits. I was always a bigger kid anyway throughout high school, but I gained quite a lot of weight in college. My life isn't all miserable and horrible, but a lot of stuff is kinda crappy. I have a lot of self-esteem issues. Shopping for clothes can be kind of embarrassing. I usually wind up getting pants that are a size or two smaller than what I should wear because I don't really want to try and look for the right size. Socially, things can be a bit crappy as well. Some restaurants have narrow, relative to my size, booths that can be uncomfortable to sit in. I don't eat out often though, so it's not always a big deal. Getting fitted for a tux isn't a lot of fun either. You don't have a lot of energy. I'm usually tired, but that's probably from lack of sleep more than anything else. Stuff that should be simple to most others is more difficult for a larger person. I don't really like going to theme parks or anything as a result of that. Wouldn't want to cause problems on rides. I have some health issues. I think I may have high blood pressure and I have gout. I'm on treatment for it though. I don't drink anymore, though I enjoy the occasional cigar. I try to watch those habits though. No need to kick myself anymore when I'm down. I don't know what else in regards to OP. I don't really notice extra weight on my limbs, I guess. You just sort of adjust to things over time. Unlike some of the other posts here, my social life isn't too bad. I have really good friends who don't seem to care what I weigh. I'm kind of the funny fat guy of the group. I'm also quite polite and I come off as intelligent and funny to a lot of people. For all my self-esteem issues, I don't really have a problem being social with people I don't know all too well. I'm naturally a bit quiet and stoic, but I'm perfectly happy to talk with someone and hold a conversation. Maybe I'm good at putting up a facade, I don't know. All that being said, it's a problem I gotta fix. First thing I gotta do is move out of my parents' house. I don't have a lot of control over the food supply here. They just sort of buy stuff and it gets cooked. I do my best to eat healthy and limit stuff like soda and processed crap. Self-control is difficult at times though. I'm a decent cook and really want to start cooking healthy stuff for myself. I don't have access to a gym or anything unfortunately, but I really would like to maybe try a stationary bike or something. I gotta lose this weight. I'd love to know what it's like to lose all that weight and be more normal, I guess. Anyway, hope I didn't ramble. Sorry about that. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day. Join our Reddit community to be a featured narwhal and for a chance to win some free narwhal merch as we're doing another giveaway this month. All you need is the Reddit app and a free account. The link to join is in the description and the top comment below. Our first featured narwhal of the day is Wong, and they say, "Me barely half a year ago versus me today. Consistency really brings you to places. Hope this can inspire others too." Our next featured narwhal of the day is Melody, and they say, 40 pounds, 18 kg, down since September, October, and it feels so good. BMI went from 29.8 to 23.4. First time being a healthy weight since the 8th grade, and I just graduated college. And our last featured narwhal of the day is Papa Fat Sack, and they say 460 pounds to 210 pounds, 210 kg to 95 kg in about 2 years. Losing the weight finally allowed me to achieve my dream on becoming a United States Marine. Follow me on IG, Papa Fat Sack, if you want to tag along on my life as I put on muscle and strength. Thanks for sharing. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. Thanks for watching, narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.